Hi there. Welcome to episode 2 of Have You Tried? My name is Camilla Table Brown Longley, and I'm here to help you help yourself. Welcome to my wellness podcast. I'm excited to announce this is my full episode today. We're going to be talking about chronic illness, anti aging, and a positive mindset. So let's get started. Anyway, now, as women, we've got to celebrate each other's successes, okay? Because I know I celebrate other people's successes. I really do. I'm so happy for my friends who are doing very, very well. Now, I am a huge fan of Oprah and a new guru on the scene called Renee Birkenstein. In fact, I'm in the middle of one of her amazing manifestation challenges right now, and she's doing amazing things in the wellness journey world. Now, she believes that if you change your thoughts, you can change your reality. Now, you might be wanting a boyfriend, for example, and you might be out and about, and every time you're out, you see couples everywhere. That could really get somebody down um, who spends their time, much of it alone, making microwave meals and staring out the window, wondering when's it going to be my turn. What you need to do is reframe that and reprogram your mind to think when you see other couples out and about looking very smug and happy with themselves, um, that actually it's a sign you're seeing so many of them because you're thinking about it all the time and you're actually manifesting it into your life. When you wake up in the morning, you don't just get out of bed thinking any thoughts at all if you can help it. Because if you're thinking thoughts, then thoughts can go wrong and then you can go wrong. Um, Now, I've found that if you're looking for happiness and healing in your life, you just say to the universe, I am open to happiness and health that I deserve. And watch as it manifests into your life because you're aligning with health and happiness. It's no longer a thought, it's a knowing. And a knowing is a believing, and a believing is then your reality. Now, successful people who have started saying those things to themselves do have miracles happen to them. And they may be small or they may be big. I just think we've got so much power to change if we just try hard enough. And that brings me on to actually our first caller on the podcast. Helen from Plymouth, go ahead.
I have a question for you. I suffer with chronic pain and fatigue, and I manifest every day, but I don't think I'm doing it right because nothing's happening, and I'm still constantly in pain and tired. So I'm obviously doing something wrong, and I think I'm bringing the pain and fatigue on myself, and obviously I must be doing something wrong. So I'd really appreciate some tips on what I'm doing wrong and how I can manifest my pain and fatigue away. Thank you.
Now, Helen, firstly, let me say I'm so sorry to hear that you're suffering from chronic illness and fatigue. And I bet that's a real nuisance because sometimes I get really tired some days. So I can relate, sure. Now I'm going to tread delicately here because I do have some advice for you, but it's going to be in the form of some home truths, yeah? So I just hope that your heart chakra is open and ready to receive the wisdom of the universe. Now, I just want to take you to some somatic exercises focusing on breath work. What you need to do is find a breath work that suits you, and you'll metabolize your oxygen, and then you'll choose to come out of agreement with the lies your body has told you. Let me say that again. Come out of agreement with the lies your body has told you. Now, I know how you can get out of this. You need to start writing yourself love notes, leave them dotted around the house. Um, and you also need to connect with that inner child. So try hugging yourself, and preferably in the mirror, and look in the mirror as you chant, I am healed. Today I am going to be pain free. Okay? If you try that and actually try believing in yourself more, and I hate to say this, but it is your fault. And it is simply a case of you not trying hard enough. So go back and do what I said. And I think you'll find all these chronic illness symptoms will fade away. And you can just get on with your life. Okay. Thanks for your call, Helen. Now, before we jump back into the show, I just need to tell you something that's genuinely saved my life. And I mean, honestly, my sanity. And that's Chefify. So, picture this, it's Tuesday night. I'm exhausted. I've been out to lunch, organising my PA's to do list, and I've got home, and the fridge is a sad sight. There's some pasta sell by date, porcini mushrooms, and oat milk. Now, normally I would just give up and order a takeaway, but not anymore. Chefify delivers fresh, pre portioned ingredients right to your door, along with a super easy step by step recipe card infused with Archangel Michael's golden sword chakra protection. Now, these recipes are so simple. I'm talking super easy to follow. Last night I made their Tuscan chicken, and I swear to you, it felt like I'd unlocked a new dimension. It was so quick. And best of all, there was no food waste. Everything's pre measured, so you're not buying a whole bag of coriander just for one leaf. And as a busy podcaster like myself, if you're hungry or just tired, or pretending you know what you want, give Chefify a go. Click on the link in my bio to chefify.com and use the code HaveYouTried10. And now it's time for thought of the day. Now, people often say to me I'm a fantastic public speaker and person. And I do have my strengths, but I also have my shadow. And with every strength, there's a shadow. But I also think every one of you has their own strengths and shadows. And I also believe that everyone has a strength behind that shadow. And we can sometimes focus too much on the shadow that we block awareness of strength. I'll just let that sit with you. Thank you. I think we have time for another question from one of our listeners. This is Barbara from Chale. Barbara, hello. What's your question?
Hi, so I suffer with intrusive thoughts and crippling emotional dysregulation. I'm just wondering what supplements you can recommend for that.
Right. Well, yes, I actually have made a note of some great supplements for this kind of problem. Um, Before I offer any advice of supplements, have you tried not having intrusive thoughts? Just a thought, because as I said previously, you can just delete those thoughts like a computer from your brain if you train your brain hard enough. So you might want to try that first. Obviously, supplements will help. I'd go for the omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, magnesium, turmeric, obviously, um, and drink more water. I always find that helps. Um, yeah, and I think takes about 3 months to work. And you can get all of those from your local health store or online. So best of luck with that, Barbara. Now, I think we've got one more caller. I think it's Helen from Plymouth again with another issue, I think. Helen, go ahead.
Hi, my boyfriend suffers with night terrors and anxiety from suppressed childhood trauma. What exercises can you recommend to help improve this?
Right, childhood trauma. Well, there are many exercises I can recommend. Have you heard of somatic exercises? Um, I'd start with gently rocking from side to side. Um, Also circling the hips, lying on your back. Also, as you're doing it, try and get him to make an om sound from the throat because that will release his throat chakra. And releasing his throat chakra will release the stored trauma in the throat. And then to finish off, I always recommend Pilates or yoga. So I hope that's of help to you, Helen. And just to say, it normally is just one question per podcast. I let it go this time, but you know the rules, so could you not do that again? Thank you. Bye bye. And sadly, that brings us to the end of this week's podcast. I just want to say thank you for joining this wellbeing community of self acceptance, love, and healing. And just remember, if things aren't going right, ask yourself, are you really trying hard enough to be the best version of yourself? High vibrations, gentle hugs with permission, and namaste.